Hello and welcome back with Farhad. Yes guys, I suggested that making a video is better. I'm really sleepy. Yes guys, I suggested that making a video is better than writing a very long text because I'm sure you don't have mood to read it, right? Yes, well firstly I want to give you an authentic example about a recent trauma which has been shocking the world fearfully. All of us, we still do remember how did ISIS take over half of Iraq at a very short period of time. So while we were living in Sinjar before the ISIS coming, I was about to know something about ISIS. What is ISIS and how are they able to control Iraq? And so I knew a lot of things about them, then I tried to share with people. When I asked people, my villagers, neighbors, even my family, I tell them that, do you know your life is in risk and you're going to die so soon because day by day ISIS is controlling to the closer area. So they answered, so Farhad, what do you want to share? You're just scaring people. Please don't share these savage ideas. Don't make people to be worried about a situation. So I just kept silent, say, wow, I didn't mean that. I thought that how these people, they are living freely and ISIS is coming closer. So after 10 days like that, they controlled Mosul. You know, Mosul is one of the largest cities in Iraq. Still, the people, they lived freely without being worried about a situation. So after 1 week, they controlled Tulafar, a beside city. And the same situation was living in Sinjar. So people that were not getting ready for facing ISIS. On 3rd August 2014, they directly came to Sinjar and they slaughtered and shot young men in the street and sent them to mass graves. They took girls and mothers for sex labor and captivity. And also they killed fathers in front of the poor cats. Example, you know, ISIS, they did genocides against Yazidis in Sinjar. They killed thousands of people, Yazidis and non-Yazidis. Well, I just want to compare that with the current situation. All of us, we know where that coronavirus started. Firstly, it started in the fish market in China, in Wuhan city, you know. I really wanted to know something about this virus. What is it and why people are worried about it? I watched news for many times. I read a few research about it. After I knew that there is a terrible risk because virus can transfer from one person to another through the air. So, but I thought that China is really far from here, but because of that sharing, it's very easy for it to spread its abilities to the world. So, and really after like 10 days like that, I've heard that Corona could spread to the Europe continent. So I said, really, this is terrible. After that, I thought it's time to make a video. After 10 days, it's reached to Iran, our neighbor country, and through the, you know, airplanes, transportations, things like that. So I made a video about that, and because, you know, I'm really shocked that it's here, our neighbor, and all of us, we know that half of the Iraq business is coming from Iran. So there is a golden chance for Corona to be reached to here in Kurdistan region. Unfortunately, after 10 days, Corona came to Suleimania and Kurdistan capital Erbil, Kirkuk, and still now here in Tahok. So I made a video about that. Even in my previous video, a lot of people, they criticize. They say, Farhad, you're just scaring people. Please don't share these weaknesses among the citizens. Please, guys, now it's coming closer. It's time to face it. And what I mean and what I've just said is that don't commit the same mistake, you know. And when what I talked about, ISIS example, people that were not getting ready for facing ISIS, even families, some of them, they left the gold, money, and everything's behind because they were not ready for fleeing to the mountains. So here, there's even no chance to flee from various. If it reaches here, all of us were going to be dying. And what we have to do is that, the only medicines that the developed and the famous medical countries have seen for this virus is staying at home. And don't be hopeful that if there is a vaccine, it will reach to you easily. Please don't be hopeful of that. It will never come here easily, And, you are so hopeful in another way that the Kurdistan government has closed for educational fields and public places in order to save your life, but you're not accepting what the health authorities and healthcare providers have been doing for you, just to stay at home, Don't commit the same mistake that Sinjaris had committed before the ISIS coming. And because of that mistakes, thousands of people were kidnapped, killed, slaughtered. If they got ready, ISIS wouldn't have killed that much people, So what you have to do now, just stay at home. And if you don't make the situation as serious, you can simply watch news from Italy, Spain, and Chinese. How many people, especially in Italy, like for 2 days, thousands of poor citizens have sent to the cascades for death, because they have died because of the COVID-19, and they send them to the burning ovens. So just to stay at home, please, and do whatever health authorities asks you to do, order you to do. All this because of your bananas, and never think of getting out, just to stay at home. And you can just take care. Please, if Corona reached here, the situations will be very worse. And now it's still here, but still, fortunately, it's not here in Badini campus. It's in the Hague. So the Hague is only about 40 kilometers far from here. Think that it is here. How about if it reaches to IDPS camps? Believe in me, thousands of people will be died in their poor towns without being realized by anybody. Don't be hopeful that there will be a place for the patients, those who get COVID-19. There are only 3 hospitals in the Hague city. So these 3 hospitals, they're really not enough for other diseases like those who find cancer, lung disease, kidneys, midwifery cases, and diseases like that. So please be hopeful and stay at home. This is the only medicines that the countries even have seen for these diseases. The idea that I want to share is that don't commit the same mistake that Sinjaris had committed. Please, guys, what you have to do, just stay at home and take care. Wear plastic gloves and mask whenever you get out, and even don't get out if it's not necessary. Please just stay at home. It's really, really important. You really have to stay, because it is a must. If you don't, you will delete the nationality of your nation. And if you don't control you to stay at home, just sleep. Just to sleep and control yourself, So don't forget to share this idea with people who are in need. And thank you for watching. As I said, just sleep at home and everything will be fine. Thank you.